Yo,
Hey, how's it going?
what's good, boss? Sorry it took so long.
It's all good. How you doing today?
Oh, chilling, man. Just getting the day going. Yep. What's
Yeah, we got
popping?
4 racks in the building. What's on your mind?
Oh man, just maintaining, bro. Really, that's it.
Yeah, I see you've been working a lot. You got a lot of hit records out. I just saw that one with Snoop you got out and Mozzie and loads and
Yeah,
loads more.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's some of the artists you've been working with? Let people know.
I mean, everything in the Bay. You know what I mean? For the most part, uh, like you said, Snoop, Short, E40, Stalin, Philthy Rich, Lil Blood, all the LiveWire camp. Um, we just did a project with the boy from SOBRBE, uh, HD, a Bareface. Um, man, so many projects. We did a Richie Rich album called The Grow Room that's out right now. It's been out a little while. Uh, yeah, I mean a gang of shit, bro. Like
Uh,
it goes on and on.
yeah, you're definitely a legend. Yeah, I want to let people know about you who don't know about you, and let people know about Mekanix. Uh,
That's me and my brother. I'm four racks, one half, and my brother Kenny Tweed is the second half. Actually, I wasn't even sure. I mean, I didn't even know that we were actually going to do the interview today because I would have had him with me. I thought we were just actually going to get on the phone today and kind of, blueprint what we was going to do. So, but it's cool. I'm here. We can do one today with me if you're ready, and then we can double back and I can get my brother involved.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's we could talk today, and then we could do it like in a day or two or something. You know.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Let's,
Awesome. So how long have you been making music? You must have been making it a long time, right?
oh yeah, man. Most of my life. Yeah, since I was a teenager.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? Since I was a teenager, I've been messing with hip hop in some shape, form, or fashion.
Uh huh.
You know? Yeah.
And you're independent too, right?
Yeah, we're independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you work with Empire, right?
Yeah, we have distribution through Empire, through Gazi.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, right, to work with.
Great. They're
Oh
great.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so this is our first time talking, so I want to take it from the beginning. Let people know, like, um, what are you from? Oakland, or where exactly are you from, and how was it
Uh,
growing up and stuff?
born in Oklahoma, moved to Hawaii because my father was in the services till I was about two. Then moved from Hawaii to Chicago. I was in Chicago till an early teen, and then my mom and pop separated, and we came to Oakland, California, and I've been in Oakland, California ever since.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see. That's how you knew all them dudes like Filthy Rich and stuff from Oakland. That's where all they're
yeah,
from. Cool.
yeah. Everybody from Oakland here. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. People always ask like, how do they blow up or this and that. What I think people should do is just work with the people from around where you're from, and when they get big, you'll get big, pretty much, right? Isn't that the truth?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got to work with what you got first.
yeah, that's for sure, man. And
Yeah.
what was like the first album you bought, and like, like that, like when you're growing up?
I think the first album I bought was the Fat Boys, and then like Run DMC.
Hmm.
I mean, so it was those was that's what I listened to like coming out of the gate. Um, yeah, and then like growing up, what was the second part of your question?
Well, how did you first get into music? Like, how did you think you can do it
Oh,
and stuff like that?
now once I heard Grandmaster Flash's the message, don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge.
Oh yeah, I
Once
know
I,
that one.
once I heard that, it was over.
Yeah.
I knew that I had arrived or it had arrived, whatever I was gonna be doing. So first I was just a super fan listening, then I wanted to try and create some of the stuff, but I was such a fan that, and so much new music was coming out that I was like, damn, where would I fit? You know what I mean? So I kind of kicked back and didn't try to rap. I started drawing and like, you know, like on some art graffiti type shit. And then from there I went to break dancing. You know what I mean? And from break dancing, I went to wanting to be a DJ, and um, and producing. And from there, I landed a gig from like friends of mine, Digital Underground. They
Oh,
landed
really?
me.
You were friends with them? Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I'm part of Digital Underground. I'm under that umbrella. I
Oh, wow. I
DJ.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I DJ for Digital Underground for about 3 years, something like that.
What year was this about?
From so DJ Fuse is
Hold
there.
on, your iPhone. If you can connect it. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So DJ Fuse is their DJ.
Uh huh.
My friend Dave, and Dave took a hiatus. And when he took a hiatus, Digital needed a DJ. This had to be around 96, 97.
Okay, so after Pac left, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Gotcha.
after Pop died, actually.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
no, but I was around. I was around all that time. I was just, I, I was around all that time. I was just a youngster. I
Oh,
wasn't
really?
making the music yet. Yeah, so I was around. I was around the time Pac did Juice, all of that.
Oh, really? Could you try
Yeah.
connecting your phone to Wi-Fi if you got that, or?
What it is, I was getting a phone call. That's what it
Oh,
is.
okay, okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Well, I was wondering, were you ever around when Pac was around, or you ever see
Yeah,
him?
definitely. Yeah, we went to some parties. I went to his crib. Um, record release party. Yeah, yeah, I was around Pac
Oh,
for a while.
really? How was that? How was that? And what year was that about? Was that like
Oh,
95,
he's the early.
96, or?
No, 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 no. He passed in '96.
Yeah.
So this is like 91, 92,
Oh,
93.
okay.
You know, and I think he went to jail around 94, 95 ish or whatever.
Uh huh.
Um, but yeah, so you know the early same song when Digital was doing same song
Yeah, and that was in the movie.
and
Yeah, that big movie. Yeah.
nothing but
Yeah,
trouble.
Nothing But Trouble. I love that movie. Yeah.
Right,
Did
exactly.
you like
So
that
yeah,
movie?
you know what? It's crazy. Nobody's ever asked me. I never watched the movie.
You gotta watch it, man. It's a crazy
Yeah,
movie.
I never watched the movie, but it was amazing to have same song in it. It did a lot for the group, you know, and while we're speaking on it, rest in peace, my mentor, Shock G. We lost him last year.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, rest in peace, Shock G. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
so
like what he did. Yeah.
so we lost Shock, and yeah, that really hurt. But from there, so I was DJing for Digital Underground, and Shock also produced for the Loonies, and DJ Fuse would also DJ for the Loonies. You know, I got five on it. The five on the
Yeah, no,
guys.
I know that. Yeah.
So, so when Fuse took his hiatus, I automatically gained that job also as the DJ for the Loonies.
Oh, okay.
So I toured everywhere with them while they had their New Tribe Virgin deal, and we toured with Beyonce, with Destiny's Child at the time.
Oh, really? Huh.
Toured with them. We toured with a number of acts, and yeah. So I seen the road a lot, even to the point where I got tired of the road and got tired of DJing and missing out on records that I wanted to produce on because I was on the road. So I left the road, came home in the year 2000, 99, 2000. I came home, got off the road, and I got with my brother Tweed around 2002, 2003, and we formed the Mekanix.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So that, yeah. So then everything else was pure production.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's start at. You got a crazy story and a lot to talk about, I'm sure. But let's start in the beginning. Like, what year did you graduate high school? And you know, it's some stuff to talk about before the mechanics. So, what
You
was
know,
that like?
I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out.
Okay, what about what year were you supposed to graduate? Or
I would have graduated around 95
okay,
ish.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
So
you were really a youngster then
yeah,
with PAC, right? Oh
yeah.
man,
I was a little kid running around with them cats. They was my big brothers. You feel me?
huh?
Saphir, Money B, Clee, uh, Tupac, Shock,
Hmm.
Smooth, uh, Jimmy, Chopmaster J. Yeah.
Huh. So again, how did you first get into music, like, and meet up with them? Like, how did that all happen? Were they bubbling around
Um.
Oakland at the same time, or what happened?
Well, they were. Yeah, we're all in Oakland for the most part,
Okay.
and I told you I was dancing. So at one point in time, so when I was dancing, I had a group. Me and my homeboy Wayne. Hold on, I gotta open up my door. I'm
Uh huh.
sorry. Me and my homeboy Wayne was doing. We were a dance group, something like School Lover and Scrap Lover, like for Big Daddy Kane. I'm sorry, baby. In the middle of an interview. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to interview. I can't. I'm on a Zoom. Close so he don't run out. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Yeah. So I was dancing and
Were you ever
I
in
had
any of the
friends.
music videos, like with Richie Rich or PAC or Digital Underground or anything like that, or no?
The early videos, no.
Oh, okay.
I showed up at a couple of the videos. I was at the Return of the Crazy one.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I was at the Piano Man. I was at Freaky Note for Money B. Yeah, I was at some video shoots. I'm actually in Freaky Note. Yeah, I'm in Freaky Note.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I was around some videos.
Huh.
But how I met them was because I was dancing. I had friends that were dancing also. We hung out as a conglomerate of dancers. And Digital wound up using two of my homeboys as their dancers. They were called Razzle Dazzle.
Mhm.
So Razzle Dazzle, dancing for Digital Underground, brought me very close to Digital Underground.
Mhm.
And then me and my boy Wayne started dancing for Saphir. Saphir is another artist that came from up under Digital Underground.
Okay.
And I also cut hair at this time. It was a way I would hustle and get money. And Money B would always come and he would always be like, man, can you cut my hair? We're going on the road. Can you cut my hair? So I'll be cutting his hair. We'd be dancing. We'd be talking music and going to the studio.
Mhm.
So with all that going on, I just became like one of the brothers.
Oh yeah.
They were,
Cool.
I mean, but once they saw what they let me loose in the studio, and I started learning the equipment on my own and the turntables, they saw like, wow, like I'm talented. You know what I mean?
Uh.
Then one day, I conjured up some beats in Money B's studio, and Money B was like, man, you know what? Like you're so dope. I'll finance you some equipment so you can have your own stuff.
Huh.
So Money B financed me my first keyboard, speakers, everything. He went and put his credit on the line for me.
Oh wow. Huh.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so I made beats. I just started cooking, and long story short, Shock G heard a CD of mine, a CD of beats that I had made,
Mhm.
and called and was like, "Yo, put They used to call me Dot at that time, like dot.com dot. Put Dot on the phone, and Mun came and got me like Shock want to holler at you. So I got on the phone and was like, "What's up? What's up, Shock? You feel me? Shock ain't never called me. You know what I mean? Called for me." And he's like, "Yo, I've been listening. I heard this CD of these beats you got. what's up with this beat called Rockin' with the Best? I'm like, what you mean, what's up with it? He's like, I want it. You want to sell it to me? Now, mind you, this is Shock G. This is the guy who made Humpty Dance, who made Freaks Industry, who made I Get Around, who made all kind of hits.
Yeah, at that time, was he past? He was nationwide at that time, or was he still around Oakland at that time?
He was nationwide.
Okay.
They already had Humpty Dance at this time.
Okay, what year was that? Like you said, like 91 or something?
This is probably around 93.
Okay.
94.
Okay.
Yeah, this is probably around that time, 93, 94.
Okay.
Like around when I Get Around came out, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Shock offered to buy the beat from me. I never sold a beat. No, So Shock actually was the first person to put money in my pocket for my musical production. And
oh, really?
He offered me $5,000. I was like, whoa, I'm a teenager. I'm like, what? I'm like, he's like, I'll pick up the check tomorrow.
Huh.
So when I did that, it was like, that was my confirmation that, oh, I know this is where I'm about to be right here. You know what I'm saying? So that solidified me in the group.
So what song did you make with them? What was that?
You know what? Ironically, the beat that he bought, he never put it out.
Oh, okay.
But he did have me remix one of their records. It was called Walk Real Cool. So I did a remix for the group. That's actually the only record that I produced for Digital Underground.
Did that come out on a B-side or something, or what was that on?
B-side. Sure it was. It was a B-side because it was a remix.
Okay.
B-side, yeah.
Cool.
Now we got the studio and we worked on it on a gang of stuff that just hadn't came out. And when he passed, I had a conversation with the studio owner that we were using, whose studio we were using when we were creating a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's a lot of DATs of that material.
Uh-huh.
So at Speak, we're trying to figure out what they're going to do with unreleased stuff from Shock, and I have some stuff in there. So hopefully that stuff will come out and see the light now. You know what I mean?
Oh, cool. Was PAC on any of those tracks at the time?
The ones that I had my hands in, no.
Okay.
But I don't know what else they had in there that Shock that was unreleased. You know? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so what were your first impressions of them when you first met up with them?
It's fun.
Because I know he's a character.
It was just a gang of fun, and I mean they had it was record deals, so it was a lot of money around. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
We were partying like a motherfucker, and I was a youngster, I was a teenager, so to be able to see all the partying and hanging out and having it was amazing.
Yeah, and they were on MTV at the time and all that. It was a big deal at the time, yeah.
It was a huge big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when was it you first met PAC, and what was that like? Because I know he was a lot different at that time than he was with Death Row and everything.
Yeah, true. That was a different Tupac. When I met him, I met PAC. First time I met PAC was at the Oakland Coliseum. Money B was Money B and Tupac was walking through the Coliseum, and at that time, I actually had like a summer job working for a catering business that was at the Oakland Coliseum. This is where the Oakland Athletics play, the A's.
Okay.
And at a festival that would come around every year called the Budweiser Superfest. I don't think they have it anymore.
Huh.
But Budweiser Superfest used to come around, and it would have all these different acts on it, and Digital was on the bill. So because I already had a repertoire with Money B, they're walking through the Coliseum, and I'm at work. And Mun sees me, and he's like, "Dad, what's happening?" So I went over to him, and he's with Tupac. I never forget, Tupac had on a suede Lakers sweatsuit. I
Yeah.
never ever suede sweatsuit.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy. And he had all these silver rings on, and he was like, Dot, this Pac, his family. Dot, Pac, this Dot, he family. So he introduced me, and after that, shit, it was cool.
Yeah, I know at the time he was like a roadie for them and stuff, and it started rhyming
Right.
and stuff, but he wasn't really a star at that time, right? Like nobody
No,
really
he
knew who he
wasn't.
was. Yeah.
No, this is right before going into to Juice. It's like
Okay.
right before that.
Okay.
So he wasn't the Tupac that the star yet.
For
He
sure.
was the roadie. Yeah.
So what? So you said you were over his house and stuff, and what was that like? Like how did that all come together?
Oh, just chill. I mean, just one of the days we at Pac House. Pull up, come on. You know what I
Okay.
mean? There with Mun, just hanging out, smoking weed, kicking it, TV, jokes, girls, beer,
Yeah,
40.
was E40 and Richie Rich around at the time? Because I know they were in some music videos with Pac at the time.
Oh yeah, had a relationship definitely, but the times I was around Pac, I never saw Rich or
Okay.
40.
Was Pac
Yeah,
living in Oakland or the Bay at that
yeah,
time?
yeah. He was living in Oakland.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Huh. So what's some stories with him? What was that like
What do you mean? Like
with
what?
Pac? Like what happened? Like anything
I mean,
crazy?
it was a wildfire. Like he similar to me. He wasn't from particularly the Bay. Like his roots are East Coast. Mine was Midwest. So he just had a different mentality when it came to doing things. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
That made him stick out.
Uh huh.
Just like even with me, with producing, coming out here and producing, my ear was a little different because I'm not from here. So I stuck out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
But Pac stood out, and his when he opened his mouth, like he just he demanded your attention.
Uh huh.
The thing he said, the way that he joked, uh, you know, his thoughts on things. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you ever with him in the studio or anything? Or before that, like what was his place like? Was he living in a little apartment? Because that's what I had
Yeah,
heard. But
it was the apartment near Lake Merritt.
oh yeah.
It was the apartment, yeah. Just a nice little, wasn't nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Uh
Like it was just a cool apartment, bachelor crib. You know what I mean?
huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did he say about? Did he say anything about getting into acting or anything like that, or what he's?
Now he had been taking classes and all that type of shit in high school.
Uh huh.
So Pac was already seasoned and ready for shit like that. You know what I
Uh
mean?
huh. When
Yeah.
you met up with these dudes, was this before Nothing But Trouble or after?
This is after Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, okay. Okay.
After Nothing But Trouble, but before Juice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they were definitely pretty big after that movie. Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's your homework till the next time I speak with you. You got to watch that movie because they're in it and it's actually pretty funny.
I never watched it. I never watched it.
That's your homework.
I thought good. I'm gonna check it out.
Cool.
I
So
need to
yeah.
go.
So I forgot if you mentioned. Did you ever be with Pac in the studio or no?
No, but I saw him write some stuff once, and was like, damn, he writes fast.
What was he writing in a notebook or something, or what was he doing?
Yeah, notebook in a notebook.
Huh. What did he say? Like, did he say anything to you in particular, or not really?
Just writing a rhyme, and it was more of a like he had headphones on and was had a what you call a Walkman. It was a Walkman.
Uh huh.
And he's writing something, and I'm like, is he rapping? Is he writing a rap? It's like, yeah, he's writing a rap. I'm like, okay, but I'm watching how he's writing. It's almost as if he's writing a letter because he's hardly picking his hand up from the notebook. It's almost like a never-ending flow.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
And even to this day, I never witnessed somebody write like that, where it just seemed like, like even when I write rhymes, I write a line or two, then I got to think a little while, then I write a line or two. But Pac's shit was like, It was almost like he knew all the words, like he took a picture and was reading the picture out of his head.
Oh yeah, he was special for sure. I know about his work ethic too. Like
Yeah,
nobody
he's
worked like him. Like oh man.
no like him. He taught the whole world and especially the music industry what work ethic was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, he was in the studio nonstop with Death Row and everything. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was your best memory with of Pac? Like, was it that or was it something else? Like what?
I think my best memory was the last time I saw him.
What was
Last
that?
time we were in LA for a Digital Underground video. This is after he came home. He was on death row,
Oh.
and he showed up to the Oregano Flow video shoot with Suge Knight,
Oh.
and it was everybody knows Suge Knight to be this he's super big, he's real, he's a powerful man, and a lot of people during that time was very very fearful of him.
Yeah.
But in that atmosphere, he was like super chill, and Pac was full of jokes, and it was just like there was no threat. You know what I mean? There was no threat. And I had brought a friend of mine from the Bay, who rest in peace. God bless the dead. His name was Morocco Mo. I brought him with me to L.A. So he's at the video shoot with us, and what a crazy situation happened where I told you everybody was kind of fearful of Suge, but my friend Morocco had been drinking, and there was kind of like a situation where the director was trying to get everybody to be quiet on the set, and people weren't listening, this, that, and the third. And Morocco got up and kind of made some gestures for everybody to like be quiet, and everybody was like really shocked at what he was saying. So once it got quiet, Tupac started laughing, like like cracking up laughing at my guy Morocco, and he's like, "Nah, that guy's funny. Who's that? That guy's funny." So I introduced him as my friend Morocco, and what really made it crazy is that after Pac and Suge got them talking about Morocco, Mo is drunk, so he leans over to me and says, "Yo, partner, Tupac got a problem with me." Don't do that here, Mo. I was like, don't do that. Not right now. Not with Suge here. Don't do that. Man, yo, partner Tupac laughing at me. What they think I'm funny? So it was just one of the moments. But we had a ball that day. I remember it being like 100 and something degrees, and there was women everywhere. It was laughing and joking, and everybody had a ball.
What video was that again?
Called Oregano Flow.
Okay, because I didn't know Suge Knight was still letting Tupac mess with Digital Underground after he signed him. That's the case?
I mean, I don't think. I mean, when you got pre-existing relationships, who can tell you who you can and can't deal with or see? Like this is before. You know what I mean?
Okay, I just didn't know. Huh.
I used to have relationships with everybody. You know what I mean?
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering, did Pac ever say anything about Suge or anything about music or anything else about Shock G or anything?
Nah, I didn't hear anything else.
Oh, okay.
Nothing but love. You know what I mean? Nothing but love.
Cool. Yeah. I was just wondering his thoughts on them and stuff, and being in the group or anything. If you heard anything, but okay.
Nah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Rest in peace, Tupac. Definitely a legend for sure. One of the best to ever do it for sure.
He's the greatest of all time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So what was it like with Digital Underground and Shock G? Like, I like him. He was definitely a character. Like what else was he like?
Incredible is watching a genius, man.
Yeah.
He's every bit of the word genius.
Yeah.
He's like God sent him here to bless us, and he was a super giving person, and He he'd give you the shirt off his back. You know what I mean? The shoes off his feet. I
Yeah.
witnessed him do it, literally. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. What my question is this. You've had longevity, like a long career, and you're still going making hits. You know, your last video that I've seen did like 10 million views. You know, with Snoop and
Yes, sir.
Mozzie and everything. So what I was wondering is, when was the last time you spoke to Shock G, and like how was he doing with his career and everything, and you know what was it like for him and stuff?
The last time I talked to Shock was it had been a little while. He had moved to Florida, and I hadn't seen him or talked to him in a while. And we got on the phone, and he was doing his. I think he was doing this. I think you call it a quartet. What is it? It's not a quartet. It was a three-piece band. Him, Pee Wee, and DJ Fuse. They would do spot dates, and he was working on that. It was more of a Shock G show, not
Okay.
not not leaning towards Digital Underground or Humpty Hump. It
Yeah.
was a musicians trio. That's what you call it, a trio. So when I talked to him, he was just working on the trio, and I mean everybody was kind of trying to lean back towards when is the time gonna come when we're gonna do Digital Underground shows again.
So what year was that about? Like that?
Oh, that was just a few. That was like two. So we lost him last year.
Yeah.
We've been in COVID for 2 years. So I think I probably talked to him 2020, the
Oh,
year
okay.
2020.
Or
Yeah,
2019 or something. Okay. Okay.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Well, back
No,
back in.
2020 because 20 he passed last fall.
Huh.
So and I didn't talk to him that year. I talked to him 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? So you were talking to him about getting back together at Digital Underground or something?
We were just talking about music, and I was just asking when the group, when we'll get back on the road with the group, and this, that, and the third, and then we were talking about the anniversary. I think the 25th anniversary of Digital Underground or something, and just kind of he was just speaking about things that could possibly happen, things to come.
Huh.
So we were just just kind of just shooting the shit, really, you know.
Cool. And
Yeah,
he was always cool with you and everything. He loved your music and everything. And
man, that was my guy. That was
cool.
my mentor. I
Awesome.
learned so much on the production side from him. Is man.
So what did he teach you? Or what were his words to you
Just
about your
about
music?
the keys. He taught me about
What did he say about the keys?
sampling.
What? Because I
I
like.
mean, I mean, Shock had a way of teaching you without even speaking to you. Sometimes, if you're a good listener, you could learn a lot. If you're a good observer, you could learn a lot. And I'm one of those type of people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And if I have questions, I'll ask a question. If I don't, you know, if I need clarity or whatever, I'll ask. I don't have a problem asking questions, and he have a problem with giving you answers. You know what I mean? So, but he just taught me about, like, I did a speech, um, not a speech, but a poem for his life celebration party. They gave Digital Underground um, a Digital Underground day in the city of Oakland after he passed, and I did a poem, and in the poem I mentioned that Shock taught me about love and fear, and the reason I'm bringing that when I'm saying that now is because one of the things Shock taught me was two emotions that will move any human
Yeah.
are love, and fear.
Yeah.
So if you put either one of those in a song, you can move people.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just things like that, simple things like that I picked up from him, and it had me adjust how I create music, even to this day. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, yeah.
So, what's your favorite Digital Underground song or Shakti song?
Oh, I don't have a favorite. I have a lot of favorites.
Okay, what's some of them? What's a few of them?
Definitely Humpty Dance.
Yeah,
Definitely all the hits. You know,
yeah,
Freaks the Industry, Kiss You Back.
yeah,
Shit, Do What You Like.
yeah.
Um, Sons of the P. Uh, Heartbeat Props.
Hmm.
Uh, Walk Real Cool. People Under the Stairs. I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Sex
what's
Package.
cool? Well,
Yeah.
what did he say to you? Did he say anything to you about music business or record deals or anything like that or anything like?
No, because when I was part of when I was in the coming up in the ranks and under Digital Underground, I wasn't I wasn't around any of the business. It
Okay,
was just creative talk, creative lingo, and he talked to me as if I was their DJ. So
okay,
I ran their set. You know what I mean?
okay,
All the music or whatever. So we coexisted like when you see a artist on stage doing a 1-2 with his DJ.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
cool.
it was about timing and stuff like that. But no, I didn't really learn a lot about the business from Shock.
Okay.
About the music business, I learned more about music and being creative from Shock.
Oh yeah, did you learn anything else from him besides the keys and Love and Fear?
Oh man,
Because that guy was such a character with the glasses on and everything.
man, I learned so much, man. Yeah, I mean, even with that, it was just to not be afraid, to
Yeah.
be creative, to
The other
dive,
the other thing
dive and
is
dig
that
deep.
you got to stand out a little bit if you want to get noticed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and hard work
Yeah.
and trusting your gut. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
What was your favorite time with Shock G?
uh, too many.
Uh,
I
what's
toured
what's
with them.
what's
I
some of them?
toured with them. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it was different cities, different states, different situations.
Yeah. Tell
Different
us a
parties,
few.
different clubs.
Yeah. Tell us a few stories about what happened.
Oh man. Uh, which one I can give you? Okay, one time, one time I don't know where we were. We were somewhere in the Midwest, and I got into it with a guy over some blunts and some weed. Like we were in a club. The guy was trying to sell me some weed. He told me he had this good ass weed, so I'm trying to buy the weed. Come to find out, the weed is trash, and he was putting it on super thick. And then I didn't have anything to roll it up. I still bought the weed, so I didn't have anything to roll it up with. And uh, as I'm leaving, I'm talking to my brother, one of my brother my brother Cletus Mack about the weed or whatever, and we're just kind of insulted by how he told us this weed was going to be great. So he overhears us talking about, like, oh, this shit is trash. So he takes it personal, and before you know it, we're in this going back and forth about the weed and what we said. You know what I mean? Long story short, they kicked me out and they kicked the dude out the club. And when they kicked me and him out, now what looked like we could have had a fight inside the club. Now we're outside the club by ourselves, and I'm like, "Look, you done got us kicked out the motherfucking club." Like, blah 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 blah. So, but now he's not aggressive and doesn't really want to fight. But what's going on in the club now is because the security put me out. Now my band members are getting into it with the security. So they're slowly putting out the rest of my band. They kick out Clee. It kicked. We had Mystic on the road with us too.
Was PAC on tour with you?
No, Pac wasn't on this tour.
Okay.
No.
Huh.
So Mystic gets kicked out. Clee gets kicked out. And then they're kicking Shock out. Now,
Wow.
I had never, up until this point, I never been in no like fight scenario with Shock. You know, Shock is like 6 foot. I don't know. Shock was about 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". He's pretty tall. But he's like all stick and bones. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You just don't really think Shock would really just like be the fighting type.
Huh.
And the security's kicking us all out. And before I know it, they're kicking Shock out. But Shock's ready to fight everybody. Everybody. And now we're trying to calm him down. And then we're like trying to get a cab so we can get him up out of there. And it's so much shit went on. It just blew my mind. Like, damn, I didn't think Shock was that kind of guy. He's always so chill, laughing, lovable, giving.
Yeah.
But don't push him because he'll show you another side of him.
Yeah.
So that was, that's just one story of so many. It was so many stories.
Yeah, at that time, I didn't really think Pac was really gangster at that time, was he? Or not really?
Pac come from the streets.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, his mama was a Black Panther.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah, so it's like he was a soldier from birth.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know back at that time if he was. Okay, gotcha.
No, he's a soldier from birth, but I mean, when you raised like that, you raised about knowing that knowledge is key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the smartest gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gangster don't necessarily mean picking up a gun and this, that, and the third. It could be having a mind full of intellect and being able to speak very eloquent to where you can get yourself in and out of situations just based on dialogue, So Pac was a reader. He was like I said, his mama was a Black Panther. He was a soldier.
Yeah, I know. And his mom was in prison a lot, and they're trying to give her life and all types of crazy shit. Yeah.
So he was born into it. He got all that shit honest. There's a good side of that, but if you rub it the wrong way, there's a bad side to that.
Yeah. Yeah. While we're on the topic, what's your favorite type of weed?
I don't smoke weed now anymore. I quit about 8-9 years ago.
When you used to, what did you like?
Oh, it was purple. We used to love purple here in Oakland. That's what we used to smoke. Granddaddy.
Okay.
Granddaddy purple. We used to smoke that, and there was a couple other strains, but that was mostly. That's what we used to look for everywhere we went. Okay.
Yeah, so getting back to Shock G, what's a couple other stories or what stands out to you the most in your head being with him?
Just always watching them because I knew every time I was around him, I'd learn or pick up something new or another way to think about something.
Mm-hmm.
He's just real innovative. He made you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even in the midst of all the partying, like Digital Underground was about a lot more than just partying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of messages in the music.
Yeah.
So, but you just had to be one to like substance and to want substance to actually see and find the substance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Pac had a lot of messaging in his music too.
Definitely.
Yeah, what I was wondering is, this is a question about Pac in general. Do you think there's anything prophetic or anything more to his passing? Because I know, like, his last music video had it going to heaven and stuff like that. Do you think that was purposely done, or what do you think? Because I know there's a lot of other rap artists who passed, or at least a couple other I could think, who had the same type of messaging in their music videos before they died and stuff. And
well, I do believe in the power of words. You can speak things into existence. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but my time that I've spent here on this earth, I think it's safe for me to say I've witnessed people put things in the air and then they come true.
Yeah, well, that's for
You
sure.
know what I
I
mean?
totally
So
agree.
I try to be very cautious with what I put out into the universe. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say about Digital Underground or anything like that?
They're my brothers for life. Digital Underground for life.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure, definitely. So, yeah, thanks for telling me that. That was really interesting. So, moving on from them, what would you do after them?
Like I
And
said, once I got off the road, uh, with them and the Loonies, I started the Mekanix with my
wait,
brother
wait.
Kenny Tweed.
So what album were they finishing up, or what tour was it, or what? It was about '96. You said when you finished up with them.
No, I finished in '99.
Oh, okay, okay,
That's why I said I was touring with them for about 3 years,
okay, okay. I
from
see.
around '96 to around '99, something like that.
I see. Yeah. So several years after Pocket passed. Okay, I see.
Yeah, yeah,
I wasn't familiar with them at the time. I was only familiar with them when Pac was around and with that whole movie and everything. But were they still really popular up to '99, like
yeah.
national and everything?
They
Okay.
switched record labels, but yeah, I don't. None of the records really did what Humpty Dance had did.
Yeah.
That's the gift and the curse about having a hit record. Like once you do it, you got to do it again and do it again and do it again, or people will only look at you as being as big as your last hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And also, people have a wave and music changes and all that. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
music changes. It sure does. Yeah,
Yeah. What I
yeah.
have a question for you. What do you think's been your secret to longevity? Because you've got like been just as big or bigger, and still for decades. So, what do you think your secret's been? Or what do you think you've been?
Reinvention.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's just
your music is like, and your hooks are really dope, man. And like
thanks,
your
bro.
music's like, man, it really hits you hard. Like it's really booming, man. Like I like your beats and stuff. They're sick.
Thanks, bro. I can't take all the credit. My brother Kenny Tweed has a lot to do with that also.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. But just we try to the beautiful thing about being a creative is, and especially like what I learned early on when I first started producing beats, making beats, was I'm always in constant competition with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else really. Even though we're in a competitive sport, hip hop,
Yeah,
um, I'm really just trying to outdo what I did yesterday.
yeah.
You know
That's
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
gotta do. Yeah,
Yeah. So when you're always trying to redo or beat what you did yesterday, you kind of you stay in this subconscious mode where you're constantly trying to recreate or do something new, and a lot of times that's how you rebrand yourself and reinvent yourself and come with a new breath of fresh air or a new, you know what I mean?
uh huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah.
Yeah. So you started the Mekanix about '99 and stuff, and what happened after that?
Um.
Or actually,
Uh.
we can not talk about the Mekanix till you get your brother. That's okay, but
Oh
we
yeah,
could.
that would be dope. That'd be a great
Yeah,
segue to actually do that part with him,
yeah, yeah.
because there was a small window where, like I said, I was producing before the Mekanix, and my brother was also producing before the Mekanix.
Huh.
So, but we were doing, our he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing.
Huh.
So from '99 to about 2002
Huh.
ish, I was just producing and working on other acts and other, independent rappers and stuff like that. And he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Then we came together around 2001, 2002 and formed the Mekanix.
Yeah, and you had stuff under four racks, your name, right? Like.
No, I had stuff. I hadn't used the name Forax. I didn't start using the name Forax till about maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, up until that point, I was producing under Dot, and then I was producing under. Then it went from Dot to DJ Dot. Then it went
Okay.
to, then it went to Dotrix,
Okay.
and then it went to the Dotrix 4000. Meaning,
Okay.
I used 4000 because similar to Andre 3000, I
Yeah.
was God blessed me to do a lot. I could wear a lot of hats.
Uh-huh.
Like I told you, I DJ'd, I drew, I wrote, I do hooks, I
Yeah.
write raps, produce beats, I
Yeah.
dance, all these different things. So I never felt like average.
Huh.
You know what I mean? It was like I know I've been blessed to do a lot of different things. So I felt like Andre 3000 from Outkast was such an exceptional, extraordinary being, and his name was 3000. I said, well, I'm gonna use 4000.
Oh yeah.
So the Dotrix 4000 is what I started producing under, and if anybody knows 4000, that's in Ebonics, that's 4 bands or 4 racks.
Mhm.
And I just dropped the Dotrix and kept the 4 racks,
Okay.
and that's how I got the 4 racks. But I'm saying all that to say, showing you how I kept reinventing and
Uh-huh.
kept reinventing and kept reinventing.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I was a fan of those days, the Outcast stuff too. They really did some dope stuff, especially at the time. It was groundbreaking. What?
Incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree. Um, what sets you apart from the thousands of other beat makers and rappers and stuff? You know, like where are you different?
Uh, I mean, I'm everybody ain't as passionate. You know what I mean? I definitely know that's what sets Kanye apart
Mhm.
from most producers. Like I'm very, very passionate about what we do.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a perfectionist. Uh, sometimes I overthink things, but it's always in the grand scheme of making something that's super dope. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I think that's what sets me apart, and the fact that I studied the greats. I was able to, I told you Shock G was my mentor. That was to have a genius as your mentor already puts me ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to be close quarters and watch someone as great as he is, or as he was, and still is.
Yeah.
It made me, still sharpen steel. It made me want to be great. You know what I mean? So, and I that bar has been set so high, so I'm constantly trying to at least touch the bar, if not raise the bar.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
For sure. And
yeah.
how would you describe your music for people who haven't heard it, like and what you do?
It's. I mean, we can do it all because I told you I came from Chicago, so my ear was more uh was definitely satisfied by jazz music, the uh early hip hop.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with funk just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
So anything and everything in between jazz and funk, that's where I play,
Yeah.
and that's where I lay. So a lot of people come to the Mekanix for our mob sound
Yeah. Not
because
talking
that's
about the
what we're
mechanics, just talking
around.
about you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I go all over. I go all over the place.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from break beats to rock and roll to chords
Yeah.
to
Oh, I can tell.
church.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your beats
everywhere,
go
bro. I'm all
crazy.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all over the place. I'm all over the place, and so is my brother.
Cool. Yeah. I was wondering because I know back at that time, especially the mid '90s and stuff, the streets were really crazy. Before you started with music, when you first started out, were you ever messed up or mixed up in the street shit or no?
I mean, I sold a little. I tried to sell a little crack. You know what I mean? I wasn't successful,
Oh,
but
okay.
luckily I figured it out early that I ain't had to go to jail and all that shit before I realized this ain't for me.
Yeah,
You know
people
what I mean?
say that the streets ain't for everybody. Yeah.
Nah, it ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
I just felt like when I left Chicago, I literally left. It was everything around me was gangbanging.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So, but when I landed on the West Coast, it was cocaine.
yeah, yeah,
So I saw, I literally went from gangbanging to cocaine,
yeah,
and it just, I would listen to the stories being told. I seen the glamour and the glitz in it, but even as a youngster, I was like, why would I have to take a risk to do X, Y, and Z if I could find something I love
yeah,
and do that? And you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I had that understanding very early.
yeah.
So when I did try my hand out and like messing with drugs in the streets and stuff, it was short lived because I felt like it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for
Any
me.
story that sticks out in particular? Of what you
Uh,
saw or what happened?
well, I mean, I would listen to other people's stories of it, and it just always seemed like it was like a kitchen sink has the drain.
Yeah.
It just seemed like anything and everything that touched that shit somehow eventually went down the drain.
Yeah, it's like a trap. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a trap. It's a
Yeah,
trap.
exactly.
So I mean, those that are really skilled, blessed, or have whatever luck, they're able to get in and get out before you know they got to pay.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I
you know
can
what I
tell
mean?
you're really smart to get out of it because it's a lot of people can't get out of it, and you made yourself successful through music. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah. God is good.
Yeah, for sure, man, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I wanted to talk about so what artists did you work with around that time, like 2000? Was there any that blew up? Because I know you worked with a bunch of artists
Um,
after that that I really like. Who we could talk about after,
no,
but
it
yeah.
was just a bunch of stuff in Oakland that had the streets out here just popping. You know what I mean? That had my name and got me in a lot of doors based on the streets loving what I was doing.
So
It wasn't like a lot of radio play or anything like that. It was like mixtapes and albums that was being put out, and the streets were embracing them. I did an album on a group called the Hitters on the Payroll, from start to finish, the whole album by myself. Um, the album was called Underground Like Dead People, and the name of the group was the Hitters on the Payroll, and they had a record called "Fuck 'Em One Time" on that album, and that song ran through the streets something crazy, and people praised me a lot for the production of it. So just like situations like that had me like gliding, you know, navigating through the Bay Area until the Mekanix came.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
And when is it you first got the BMI ASCAP, all that stuff set up? Was that back with was it at that time, or was it back with Digital Underground and all that?
No, yeah, I had my BMI in the late '90s.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't even have BMI at ASCAP. I had
Oh,
ASCAP.
that's good. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I got my ASCAP early on, um, in the '90s, producing some stuff. I had some stuff in a couple of films, a couple of TV shows. So I had to have my publishing stuff. I learned about publishing early.
What TV shows? What happened with that?
Scrubs. You ever heard of Scrubs? I had some stuff in Scrubs.
Huh?
I don't even know if that shit is even on TV anymore.
Huh?
Um, I had a song that wound up in the movie American History X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had something in there. That was a crazy movie.
What
It
was
was
it?
a
What was
lot.
in there?
You said what was in there?
Yeah, what song?
It was a song called "The Magician." It wasn't like I think it might have been maybe 20 seconds or so.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it's in the film though.
Huh?
It paid off good money.
Huh?
But yeah, that's why I was able to learn about what publishing and making sure that you had that shit. Um,
Cool.
yeah,
Well, what was your first big song where people started to realize who you were?
uh, first big song. I don't know. What was the first big song? Or like I said, one of them was they hit us on the payroll. Fuck them one time.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
another one I did for Money B.
And you were in stores back at the time, right? They were in stores.
Yeah, they were in
CDs.
stores.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I wrote a song for Money B when we came off tour. I had been like on the back of the tour buses, freestyling and doing so much shit. I was their DJ,
Oh yeah.
but I could freestyle and rap like a motherfucker. So Mun was like, when we get home, man, we got to do a record. So when we got off tour, off one of the tours, we came home, we got in the studio, and Mun needed a title record for an album he was putting together, and I wrote a song called "Talking Dirty After Dark."
Huh.
And it's me and Money. It was me and Money B. Supposedly, it was just supposed to be us two. But while we were in there, the Delinquents, which is another iconic group from Oakland, they walked in while we were recording the record because we were using this studio called The Grill.
Huh.
And at that time, everybody who was like somebody would record at that studio. So people would pop up. So the Delinquents popped up while me and Money B were recording Talking Dirty After Dark. They jumped on the second verse. And a couple other people jumped on it.
Huh.
But that wound up on the Delinquents album and as the title cut for Money B's Talking Dirty After Dark album. And that song ran through the streets like crazy also.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I think that might have been like maybe one of the first ones too.
Cool. Huh. Yeah, you were
everywhere I look, people be riding down the street playing it.
Huh.
I hear it all up and down the streets. Yeah.
You work with so many people. There's a bunch of them I like, but what was up with Philthy Rich? Did you work with them as 4 racks, or was that with?
No,
Mekanix?
I worked with them as 4 racks.
Okay. Yeah, back.
4 racks.
Yeah. When was it you first met up with them? Was it like 5-6 years ago or something, or 2015
a
or?
little bit longer, a little bit like 2012, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of guessing somewhere between 2010, 2011, 2012, something like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Right after Philthy joined LiveWire.
Yeah, what? I don't know the story with that because I know he's got a tattoo on his knuckles. But what's the story with LiveWire? What was that?
So, LiveWire is Jay Stalin's label. He's the owner. He's the owner. So, in 2005, 2004,
yeah,
the Mekanix, we signed Jay Stalin to us.
Oh.
With a production deal.
Okay.
So our label, me and my brother's label, is called Zoo Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
We signed Stalin to us, and we created his very first album, which was called On Behalf of the Streets.
Oh wow.
And we helped him along with PK from Golden Mean, who was the Jackers manager. We put out Jay Stalin's first album. And that album gave Stalin his first legs. Also, it catapulted and started LiveWire Records at the same time.
Oh yeah, because I know he had SimCity Money Man was through LiveWire and everything. So basically, you signed.
All that came years later.
Yeah.
This happened like 2006.
Oh wow.
So between 2006 and 2000, I'd have to go back to check. I do believe around 2010 or 11 or 12 is when Philthy joined LiveWire.
Oh
if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, forgive me.
Huh.
But that's when we started working with Philthy.
Oh yeah, he's a legend for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He put in work.
Oh yeah, definitely a nonstop work ethic. What was it like with him? Like working with him and everything? What was he like?
I admired his work ethic.
Yeah.
And he wasn't gonna let nothing get in between where he was trying to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just to watch him, just go at it. I had to tip my hat. We all had to tip our hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what got him to where he's at right now.
Yeah, because he was a street dude, like, and he took
Mm-hmm.
the rap serious. Like, what
Yeah,
it?
determination. He was determined.
Yeah, what? So you know he was gonna make it when you first were working with him and everything?
No, I didn't. I
Uh
didn't know. I mean, I knew that Stalin saw something in him, or Stalin wouldn't have brought him to LiveWire.
huh.
So the beauty of how the Mekanix and Jay Stalin worked was Stalin actually became like our A&R. So Stalin would find all these acts and he'd bring them to LiveWire, and then me and Tweed could kind of talk amongst ourselves and pick like, do we want to work with this artist, or if we liked them or whatever. If we liked them, we do a whole project on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Jay helped like being an A&R for us.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, at first, no, I didn't. You know, I told you my ear is a lot different. So I come from that era where everything was, based on bars and
Yeah.
voices and, certain type of vocal tones and,
Yeah.
certain things I fall in love with sonically.
Yeah.
And first heard Philthy, I thought he was average. I didn't really see nothing great about him,
Uh-huh.
but he wasn't weak. It just wasn't stepping outside the box yet.
Uh-huh.
So I was just, kicking back. But because I saw how hard he was working and what he was trying to do, like it fell in line. He wanted to work with us and we worked.
Yeah.
We gave him beats. I did hooks for him. All on the beginning of his career, we did a handful of records. You can go back and it's all documented. It's all
Yeah, no, I
online.
know. You did some stuff with him not too long ago too, like 3 or 4 years ago or something.
Oh yeah, about 3 years ago, we did a whole album with him, called East Oakland Legend.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't know you
Yeah,
did all the beats on the whole
we,
album?
we did the whole album.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's
Sorry
something.
about
Wow,
Yeah,
cool.
sorry about that. I
Yeah.
lost you. Here we go.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, we did the whole East Oakland Legend
Cool.
album.
So what was he like at that point to work with him? Like he's I know he's been a lot different. He was making money at that point, a lot bigger than before.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't able. When I say I mean we, me and my brother.
Yeah.
We wasn't really able to be in a real creative space with him. We
Why is
just
that?
kind of sent them beat because he recorded the album wherever he recorded it. He didn't record it with us.
Oh, you weren't in the room with him?
I wasn't in the room yet,
Okay.
and a lot of times we really like to be hands on, so that at the end of the day we can like help the records be possibly as big as they could be or as great as they could
Yeah.
be. But Philthy's always been self-sufficient,
Uh-huh.
so it's like you can't really just. I didn't really want to disturb his groove
Yeah.
with how he does things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he would take beats from us and he just started recording the songs and he put them out. Like a lot of that album, we didn't hear it until it came out.
Yeah. Huh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
wow.
we gave the beats, but we didn't hear like 90% of that album until it came out.
Were you ever in the lab with him cooking up in the earlier days or no?
No, and that's
Wow.
to be that's why I say we didn't really disturb the groove because
Okay.
he didn't really do recording with us. He
Oh,
would
okay.
like if we needed him on a song, we send him the beat. He sent us back the verse. If he wanted us to do a record and say he had an idea, he wanted me to do the hook, we would cook up the beat. I'd do the hook, and we send it to him. He'd do his verse.
Okay, so probably Jay Stalin spent a lot more time with him.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Really don't.
Oh, okay.
Now, Stalin, we always record together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I feel like those records always come out more special
Yeah.
when we all sit down together
Yeah.
and bring, just put on all our, three heads is better than one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many people you work with. There's a couple more I wanted to touch on for now, but like Slim 400, I really liked his stuff, and I
Rest
know
in
you did
peace
some
to
videos
Slim.
with him and stuff. And what
Yeah,
was it
rest
like
in
with
peace.
him? I mean,
Slim
I
was
know, I know, I know, I
cold.
know. He's not like the most popular dude. People probably say Snoop was the most popular, but he's not my favorite. But what was like with Slim 400 anyway?
Slim was real though. That was a real. He was
Yeah,
real. Like he didn't hold his tongue. He wasn't no yes man. He was
yeah,
gonna tell you exactly how he feel, and you have to appreciate people like this in this, and especially in this field, because people would tell you whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just so that they can look cool or sound cool or fit an image or whatever.
yeah,
But Slim didn't care. He
yeah,
was gonna tell you what he thought, what was on his mind, and like I mentioned earlier about being passionate.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That was one of his passions, I think, if I may speak on his behalf. Uh, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I I feel they use the term real nigga.
Yeah.
Feel like he was a real nigga. You know
Yeah, I
what I
could
mean?
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Slim was cool, man. He was a real cool, good dude.
Yeah. How many projects did you do with him, and how close were you with him?
We didn't do any projects. We just did a few songs.
Yeah.
But when he came out here, he called, man, I'm in the Bay, I'm in the city. What's going on? This is what I'm doing. He'd tap in.
Uh-huh.
If I go to LA, I'd hit him. You know what I mean? I'm out here, Slim. What's happening? What's going on? Um,
Yeah. How did he first hear about you? Was it from work you did with someone else?
um, I think the very first time we worked was, and I think how I don't know how he heard about us first,
Oh.
but I know the first time we worked, we did a record for Mozzie
Yeah.
called Hit and Run,
Uh huh.
and we did the Mekanix did the beat.
Uh huh.
I did the hook, and it's Mozzie, Slim, and Jay Stalin on the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he came out here, shot the video, and I think that might have put us on his radar,
Mhm.
but I'm not totally sure. But after
Okay.
that, we was locked in. And
Yeah.
he
What
came
was
to
he
our
like? What
studio,
What was he like in person? What was some good times?
animated. He
Yeah.
showed up to one of our video shoots. We have a song off of the Under the Hood album called Hot Boy.
Uh-huh.
It was with Stevie Joe, Band Aid from the Hood Stars, and Beta Weeda. And Slim 400 showed up at the shoot. I don't know what he was doing in the Bay. I don't know how he found out about the shoot, but he pulled up on us, and we had a ball. We had a ball out there just shooting the shit, man. He was
Oh
just
yeah.
very animated, very very Southern California listic, I could say.
Uh huh.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, Slim, man.
Yeah.
It's a
What
good
What was
job.
your favorite time with him?
Uh, I think my favorite time was like shot. I mean, like Pac. The very last time I saw him, um, he had we did a song while he was here in San Francisco at the Empire Studios, and I had forgot about the song. Some months had passed, and then him and his manager, Mud Dollars, shout out Mud Dollars, uh, hit me like we shooting a video to the record that you did with Slim out here in LA. You say you can come out here? I'm like, say less. I'm coming out. So I had my driver drive me out there, and we all stayed in the same hotel. We booked a hotel, and we shot the video in the hotel. And we just had a good old time, man. It was just one night in LA, just us fucking around in the hotel and shooting a video. I had a ball with him, bro. It was great.
Cool.
It was
Were
great.
you ever with him in the lab or anything? Did you get to see him cook up?
Yeah, like I said, the record that we did was he did it actually out here at the Empire Studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, no, we cooked together. He
What was
came
he
to our
like? He was
studio.
freestyling and everything.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
freestyle.
yeah,
Yeah, he's freestyle.
yeah. He has a
He wasn't
little
writing.
different
He
style
wasn't
than a
writing
lot of
nothing down.
people, but yeah, he's really dope. Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't writing nothing down.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome. What was it like working with Richie Rich? Because I really like that song you got, That Way Up. That one goes crazy. That beat's
Oh
too
yeah,
hard
that
too,
way
man.
up is hard. Rich is he's a seasoned veteran, man. He's the man is really rap game tight. He has a lot of information, a lot of game about himself. So it's cool to be around him because if he fuck with you, he gonna share a lot of jewels with you. You know what I mean? Like just on, it might be about finance, it might be about life, it
Yeah,
might be about girls, it might be about liquor.
yeah,
It's just whatever he's picked up over the years, he'll share it with you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So creating the grow room was real cool, was real simple. He gave us all the create creative landscaping that we wanted to take.
Uh huh.
He we had did an album with the Loonies a few years prior to doing the Grow Room. It was called High Times,
Huh.
and the whole album was really just a bunch of getting high songs,
Huh. Yeah.
smoking and drinking,
Yeah.
smoking and drinking.
Yeah. Because I
Every
know
song,
Richie Rich goes back even with Tupac. So
yeah.
what did he say? What were some stories and like what happened? Like,
What with him and Pac?
yeah, did he say anything or?
I mean, a lot of them stories is online. He's told
Okay.
a
Okay.
lot of those stories.
Okay,
It
but
was
nothing
just
else besides that.
nothing that I care to, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What advice did he give to you? You were saying about different things.
Oh
Like, what did
man,
he
no, a
say?
lot of jewels. I picked up a lot of jewels from Rich. I mean, like I said, it was just from from any type of category. The man got a lot of game.
Yeah.
You know what I
What
mean?
did he say about music and stuff?
I mean, shit. The man had a deal with. Oh, he was signed to Def Jam at
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
So you know, just talking about Tina Davis signing him and who his label mates were and
Mhm.
just the business, you know. Just I mean, it's just a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been very blessed and fortunate to study under some of the greats. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. For
And
sure.
they
Cool.
let me in, and I was able to, like I say, still sharpen steel.
Awesome. Awesome.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Cool. Cool. So yeah. That's pretty cool. Um,
yeah.
Let everyone know how they can find you and everything, and what projects you got, like what you're working on next. You know, like.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at 4RAX, the number 4RAX _of _ the Mekanix.
Mhm.
That's TheMekanix. Once again, that's Forax of the Mekanix. Mekanix.
Mhm.
Um, Project wise, we're about to drop. Um, so I do a lot of hooks for a lot of people. So one I try to do like every other year or so now is grab a gang of those records and put them all on one record. And Stevie Joe gave me another. Remember I told you about reinventing myself.
Yeah.
Stevie Joe gave me another handle called Hook Mitchell,
Okay.
who was a basketball player here from West Oakland. Um, he's like one of those stories of somebody who had all the skills to go to the NBA, but never actually made it to the NBA.
Uh huh.
And his name was Hook Mitchell. It's a deep story. You can go look him up.
Cool.
But Stevie Joe coined me Hook Mitchell from doing a lot of hooks for people. So I put out part one about 3 years ago. Hook Mitchell.
Uh
The
huh.
Mekanix presents Forax as Hook Mitchell.
Uh huh.
So now I'm about to drop part two, Hook Mitchell 2. So that'll be out probably in the next 30 days.
What's the vibes on that? Is it turn up songs, songs for ladies? What is it? Mix?
It's a gang of gangster shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, good, good.
For the most part, it's a gang. This one has a lot of yeah, they're aggressive. They're
Nice.
kind of aggressive. Then we have we did an album on HD of Bareface. We're about to drop that album. It's called Evolution. And then come this early spring, we're gonna drop an album we did with the boy from SOBRBE, and we're gonna drop our next album, the Mekanix next album, called Donuts 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then late summer, as long as everything stays on schedule, we're gonna drop the long-awaited Under the Hood 2.
Nice. What's some features you got cooking, like from people?
On which project?
Well, any of them. Like I know you worked with so many people as features.
Yeah,
what's some big ones?
it's really the usual suspects.
Okay, okay, the usual criminals.
Everybody from Mozzie to Snoop to you name it, Too
Big
Short.
timers, yeah, for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
And some cats that are just on their way up too, also.
Nice, nice.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And what's a couple tracks that you can give to people who haven't heard you before? A nice introduction to you, like maybe some of your biggest songs
Go
or what
look
is...
for the Mekanix On My Hustle. That's one.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people love that record, On My Hustle. What's the Snoop record?
That's Gang Signs. Yeah.
Gang Signs.
Is that actually your biggest song you did?
No, we got records that got more views than Gang Signs right now.
Oh, what is it? What are they?
One is I'll go look up Jay Stalin's Streets Don't Love You Back.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that one out. I haven't heard that one yet.
Streets Don't Love You Back, yeah.
That Jay Stalin pull up's pretty good too. I like the beat.
Oh yeah, pull up,
crazy. Yeah,
pull up, go crazy.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just starting his next album, like
nice.
right now.
Nice.
He's already started recording.
Nice.
So yeah, we got those projects. We have a female artist named Miss Dre. We got a whole album on her that we're gonna get ready to go ahead and drop. And hopefully I'll drop a 4 Racks Fear 2 this year. So this is the year 2022.
Uh-huh.
So like I said, we're dropping these 2s. It's gonna be Donuts 2, Hook Mitchell 2, Under the Hood 2. Hopefully I'll be able to drop Fear 2.
Oh yeah.
And it's all these 2s.
Cool.
Part 2s. So yeah. So that's where we at.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, anything else you want to tell the people?
Oh man, keep supporting the real shit, man. Turn them clowns and them bozos off. Don't pay them no attention, and they will fade to black.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because we keep giving all this attention to shit that don't deserve no attention, and that's the only way it be living.
Yeah, stupid clowns don't deserve any attention. Yeah.
You gotta, just ignore them. As soon as we learn to ignore the bullshit, a lot of the bullshit will go away, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Support the real. Keep supporting the real.
Yeah, it's a fact. You mind giving me a shout out? TMNYC.
What you want me to say?
Just say, hey, this is your name, and then tap in with TMNYC or whatever.
It's TNYC, right?
As in trademark New York City, TMNYC.
TM.
Yeah, okay. TMNYC.
What's good, world? This 4 Racks, and you're now tuning to TMNYC. Hello.
Cool. And definitely, man, it was great talking with you. And you got to watch that movie, Nothing But Trouble, as your homework. And hit me up with. Yeah, and hit me up in a few days. We'll talk with your brother on some more Mekanix stuff, all right?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Bless you.
Peace out.
Peace.